healthy. Better start talking.
I was hired to do it.
By who?
A man named Lawrence.
Why, that dirty. Which way'd he go?
Dallas.
Thanks.
Right back now, singing Gal behind you. And all promenade. Promenade it till you get straight. Ragtime Annie. Around that couple and peek once more. Back to the center and swing all four.
Toss out your gun. Give me the map.
I might have known.
Come on, make it snappy.
That did a good job, right?
Hey, every scene that you see here,
Applause.
well, there's flaws in every picture. See, we lived right near the Metropolitan Paving Big Company, which was only a few blocks from our house, so we could actually see it. And so we used to play cowboys, Indians during the war years. It was just a great place, to have some fun. After the war, my brother Kai, he got interested in home movie making, which was getting started at that time with an 8mm camera. And we thought about the brickyard and how it looked just like the West, in places. And we thought, why don't we make our own Western movie?
We were all amateurs, and if you put that into perspective of what you see, why there was no professionals in the field, and to turn it out that way, it was just something that incredible, I think. But there was a lot of physical running. I mean, you had to be in shape, not like today, not like we are today. Well, we ain't in that bad a shape, I guess, but it was all like an adventure,
Films, movies, everything was always a big part of us growing up. I mean, my dad, you couldn't find, anytime we went to a vacation anywhere, I mean, my dad had a camera. He always had to get the perfect shot.
Yeah, and sometimes we would be there for, minutes would turn into half hours and hours and drove my mother crazy, but he was a consummate, perfectionist on that. I mean, a picture was like almost an all-day affair with my dad because he wanted to capture the moment.
Yeah.
That's where we went swimming. We didn't have a swimming pool. I mean, we went there swimming, even though when we weren't. Look at that jump. Look at that jump. And here I go.
We didn't know how deep that was. Yeah.
We jumped in there.
Man. But that's a pretty good jump.
Actually, there was a strip mine
That's what it
with
was.
an adjoining woods about 1 mile south of the Canton city limits going south.
That house is still there, in fact. Whose house was that?
No, it isn't. It's destroyed, Bruce.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh? No, this is on Camden Avenue, I believe.
No. Well, it's gone.
That was Marion Avenue or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Marion Avenue.
Yeah.
It's gone, Deuce.
Oh, I'll be darned. We never had a script. It was all in Len's head. I don't know what we was doing, He'd say, hey, go down this hill and whatnot, and hey, when I'd come back together, he'd put it together. I mean, he was a genius that way, I mean, he was.
So we learned a lot of the tricks of the trade, from this correspondence course, actually come from the Hollywood location. So we decided to shoot our first film. I think it was called Badlands. It was a very short Western. From Badlands, we filmed Sega of the American West. That was filmed in sepia tone film. After sepia tone, then we moved on to full color, and that we made our prize-winning film Under the Sun, which we entered into a national movie making contest for amateur filmmakers. That was in 1948, and I'll be darned if when the contest ended that we were notified that we won the first place in the scenario division. It's a films with a plot and so forth, drama. Of course, we got some write-ups in newspapers from here to Boston, and we got pretty excited then. So I got to thinking about bigger production, and I decided to name the film Bold Badmen.
You know, it took me some time to find you, Larch. I didn't like the way you ran away with my share of that bank loot. You're nothing but a low-down, double-crossing coyote. You're gonna get just what you deserve. Take that gun.
The Brickyard made a perfect location for the Western. Even the Hollywood judges were surprised at the authentic look that we got in the Bold Badman film. We did film the town scenes in Adrian, Michigan, where they were having a 3-day rodeo. And they had a Western cow there. So we packed up all our clothes and whatever we needed for the scene, and we shot it up there, during rodeo time. I felt a little bit strange, but that's what we had to do.
It was really a lot of hard work because we didn't have props, and I'd have to dig these clothes out after several weeks every time, and then you get the same thing because if it didn't come out right. It was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work. But you enjoyed doing it because, it was almost like play,
Although we won first place for Under the Sun, there was another movie-making magazine designed for amateurs called Movie Maker. And the proudest moment, I think, was getting that letter that we were awarded honorable mention among the 10 best films of the year. Right over here is where we shot the big fight scenes, and in Bold Badmen. This was this was owned by the Metropolitan Paving Brick Company. I think it's called Belden Brick now. But this is the area that we noticed had all the facets and locations for making a Western. Of course, don't look anything like it now, Kai. It doesn't.
Hey, I'm changing.
Time changes a lot of things.
Kai was the producer. Len demanded the money. And it was, but Kai loved doing it, but he couldn't make money fast enough for this guy.
If he hadn't invested into the movie cameras in the beginning and the editor, the projectors, I didn't buy any of that. I didn't have a job or anything like that, And without Kai, my life would have been a lot different. He's been, I love him, and he's just been a neat brother. Remember how we used to have some of our friends come up and we'd give them a Western hat, and we'd do sort of what we call a screen test, just so they could see themselves into a movie.
The whole neighborhood was involved in it.
When I was growing up, I didn't really understand. I didn't grasp exactly what he had done. We saw the movies a lot, but I really didn't grasp how important those films were until later in life. I've gotten to know these films intimately, and my kids, his grandchildren, they recite the verses. They know things about these films. You cannot put a price on all the memories that we have, and I know there's a lot of families that can't say that because those memories aren't there. It's going to be great to be able to you know, my kids have their kids, and just to be able to continue to show that this is what Cowboy Len did, because they refer to him as Cowboy Len. I mean, you know, it's Grandpa Len, but it's always, you know, Cowboy Len's in there too, because that's who everybody knows him by.
You're pretty mad, so what are you gonna say? It took.
Oh,
She's gonna do that.
I'm doing that, and he's
All
doing
right, all right.
Yep.
You're mad. Go ahead, be mad.
Took a long time to find you, Larch. I didn't like the way you ran away with my share of the bank loot. You're nothing but a low-down, double-crossing coyote. You're gonna get just what you deserve. Now, him. I skipped.
Well, try it again. That's good.
I don't even know where that pass is.
That scene arrow was almost knocked out. Remember, you clipped me on my chin.
Yeah, one of them slipped.
And,
He said,
he almost
Kai,
knocked
keep
me
filming,
out."
keep filming. Oh, boy. Yeah. You got to be from that area to know all the work that went into it. You know, you just can't realize what it was. So this is the dedication that I have to hand to these guys, because they captured us at a time that we was pretty hot stuff.
I see this being a great inspiration in living out your dreams. I mean, you know, he's been a great dad. He's taught me a lot. He's taught all of us a lot about, you know, not giving up and always searching for what it is that makes you happy. You know, it's just an amazing gift that he's given us all to know that.
It's been very satisfying in the long run, and I'm glad that the good Lord gave me this desire, you know, to do what I did.
How does it feel sitting here now and thinking back so long ago that this was 60 years ago you did these films? How does that work in your brain? Does that even compute that it was?
Well, I really can't believe that we did what we did. You know, I believe we accomplished something that a few people did, you know. We're all blessed by God with gifts, you know. So you just have to kind of focus in on that and just try to make a little difference.